Are you serious? Are you serious? Well, tonight I am extremely serious because what we have here is a situation of Cuba in a crisis. Now, the mainstream media may not tell you the real truth about what's happening in Cuba right now, as the internet is being shut off in the last 3 hours and power outages all across the island. Communication, telephone being severed in different they're doing rolling severing of the phones. There is a major crisis taking place. The people of Cuba are rising up against this communist socialist regime of President, I forgot his name all of a sudden, just blinked from my mind. Kanta, I'll read it here in a minute. But let me just tell you this. We've got firsthand information. I'm not going to share our source because it would put their families in jeopardy in Cuba. But I can tell you, murder is taking place. Cubans are being slaughtered out there. They're being murdered. It's to the brink. The Russians are there. The Chinese are there. I have a firsthand account of a person that was in Cuba 2 months ago who said when they arrived at Havana in the airport, guess who was running the security of the airport? Chinese soldiers. Chinese soldiers were running the security 2 months ago. This situation, the Russian troops, there's Russian soldiers in the streets, as well as a lot of men in black. Men in black. They don't have any patch anywhere. They look like some kind of SWAT team. They're heavily armed, armor, everything. They jump out of these big trucks and vans, black trucks, but they have all black uniforms and no patches. I've already seen the videos sent to me already before the internet was shut down, and I just spoke to a person who has firsthand account. And so this is very, very serious what's taking place. It's a horrible situation. It's been brought on by a COVID, the epidemic. There's no medicine there, okay? It doesn't matter how you feel about the virus, the vaccine, or anything else. It doesn't matter. They are sick there from all kinds of diseases, and the health care is absolutely non-existent. There's no medicines. It's a disaster. There's no food. They're hungry. There's no electricity. They turn off the power and only give them 3-4 hours of power a day, sometimes none for 2 or 3 days. It's an absolute chaos. The people have taken to the streets, and they are trying to they're demanding a regime change. Now, let me say more about that in just a second because I got more info on this. But first, put out a shout out real fast, noblegoldinvestment.com for you in America, especially noblegoldinvestment.com. It's the beginning, guys. You're seeing the beginning of the chaos. It's going to continue, okay? Especially in these nations of communist socialistic regime. And if America keeps going toward socialism, we're going to wind up in the same place. You need to put your money in some tangible assets. Inflation's the highest it's been in 29 years, so our money's worth less than it's ever been since 1992 and going to get way worse as the Biden administration continues to print the money as fast as they can. So hyperinflation, they're just giving it away, and it's going to get to the point where no matter how much money you got, you can't buy anything with it because there's not enough. So what we need you to do is pick up the phone tomorrow morning. Call 877-646-5347. That's 877-646-5347. Talk to Colin Plume or one of his associates. Tell him Pastor Begley told you to call. Or go right now to noblegoldinvestment.com. That's www.noblegoldinvestment.com. Now, I don't want you to have any fear because the Lord has said he'd supply every need according to his riches and glory in Christ Jesus. But what I do want you to do is be smart. Be smart. Recognize the playing field. Understand how things are going, okay? Now, as far as Cuba is concerned, let me tell you something. There are caravans. There are massive not protesting, but support rallies, if you will, going on right now in Miami, Florida by the Cuban community. And it's a beautiful thing, really. The mayor of a couple of those cities down around the Miami areas are stoking it, and they want the people to stand with the Cuban people. Now, I have an information. I'm not going to review this source because I do not want this person's family to be targeted and taken out in Cuba. So, but right now, there are many Cuban American citizens who have already contacted their families and have told them, look, go to the ocean, get on a raft, figure out a way. But if you can get to the 12-mile mark out in the ocean from the island of Cuba, if you get out to international waters, which is 12 miles out, we are waiting for you with boats. There are lots of Cubans who have taken boats onto the ocean and are headed that way to grab their family members or anybody else they find out there, refugees that are trying to get out of Cuba. This same thing happened in 1980. The same thing happened back in the 70s. We've seen this before, but not like this. This island has not been like this since Fidel Castro's revolution, when he took over that island by power. Well, the same thing's happening now. But what the president there is doing, it's not just him and his regime. He's brought in the Russians and the Cubans, the Russians and the Chinese to help him, because they would like to go in there and take over the island so they would be 90 miles off the coast of America. This is the Cuban Missile Crisis all over again, 2.0, back from 1962. But folks, JFK is not in the White House this time. This is Cuba 1962. This is the Missile Crisis 1962 all over again. But JFK is not going to come out of the shadows somewhere to fix this one. So you got to wonder what the squad is thinking. I don't hear anything from any of the squad up there in the Congress. Crickets. This is exactly what they want. Chaos, control by chaos. They want chaos in Cuba. They want the Chinese and the Russians to go in, take over this island, save the day, supposedly, and set up shop 90 miles off the coast of America. And then they will put the Cuban people in a modern-day slavery. And that's what I'm hearing. There's no food. There's no medicine right now. People are being shot in the streets dead. Truckloads of men in black are being unloaded onto different streets. Okay? Now, there is some good news for the people. Some of the soldiers, Cuban soldiers, taking off their uniforms, saying, I'm not going to do this to my people. And so they're taking off their uniforms and they're joining the people. So look out. We have a situation developing, and maybe there is enough of the Cuban military that will defect and try to overthrow this regime. But this is why this regime has brought in the Russians and the Chinese months before this crisis. Months. So they are orchestrating this, and you can hear this reverberation. Now, I just did a video over on my app. If you go to the Paul Begley Prophecy app, I just put up a video. It's about 4 minutes long. I have footage from the streets of Cuba, exclusively, some information there. I want to share that with you. I can't put it here, but I want you to go over to the app and check this out. Also, I also put up another video earlier today from the app about the alien threat on the world. That's you can see it with your own eyes. I'm not going to say nothing else. Check both of those videos out. One's called The Alien Threat to the World. The other one's called The Cuban Crisis. And they're both dated July 12th. If you scroll down in the video section, it's about halfway down, okay? It's about halfway down. Go to the New Apocalypse Watch. If you don't have my app, you need to get it right now. Go to the New Apocalypse Watch. There it is. Tara Trogler just put it in the chat room. Right there it is. Click on it. And if you haven't subscribed, you need to subscribe. It's only $6 a month. But over there, you get daily about 150 to 200 fresh articles that are linked around the clock of the apocalypse on a daily basis, separated in categories. Plus, you have all these exclusive video that I post there, all of it at the app. Go get it right now. Go get it right now. And I'm saying it because of censorship. We can't talk about it. I can't show you everything. Matter of fact, what I'm telling you right now is as far as I can reach with this. I can't really say. Now, I'm going to ask you all to pray for Cuba. I'm going to ask you all to pray for Cuba. Pray for the Cuban people. They are in hell right now. It's 95 degrees. The humidity off the chart. They don't have any power. They got Russian soldiers, Chinese soldiers, communist soldiers of Cuba, and black soldiers, mercenaries from somewhere. And I'm really wondering, and I tell you what, my blood pressure is going up because I'm really suspecting where those guys are from, but I don't know for sure. I'm telling you, this is a beatdown of the Cuban people. This is a head cracking, and it's they're doing it to open a wide open door for the Russians and the Chinese to come in and could take control of the island so they can set up shop. They're going to pay the Cuban crooked government billions of dollars to take possession of the island so they'll have an economic or they'll have a military position. They tried this in 1962, the Russians did. And JFK said, get out of here. But JFK is not in the White House, folks. JFK is not coming back. According to CNN, thousands of Cubans took to the streets to protest a lack of food and medicine as the country undergoes a grave economic crisis aggravated by, they say, COVID-19. But really, I think this is being demonstrated and orchestrated by the communist regimes of China and Russia. Now, and also maybe even help from the United States. I hate to say that. Many people are chanting freedom, but President Miguel Diaz-Canel, they want him to step down. Trust me, he's going nowhere. He's a hardline communist. He's taken over for the Castro brothers. He is going to use his connections with the Chinese and Russians to try to secure a communist position just 90 miles off the coast of America, right in front of our face. I don't know if anybody has got the guts to even bring it up in the mainstream media, or maybe the mainstream media, which side are they on? Marco Rubio, the Florida senator, is screaming for help. Marco Rubio, from Cuban descent, is standing for the Cuban people and for the American people of the danger of what's happening 90 miles off the coast of Miami. It's not fake news, Bob. What I'm saying is all true. Maybe what you're saying is the same as I'm saying, and that is the media will give us the fake news. But I'm giving the actual fact. Look, I've been on the phone. Heidi and I have been on the phone. We've been involved in the researching this for, 3 hours now, Heidi? No, longer than that, all day. And I just got off the phone with one of the sisters of our online church who lives in Miami, whose family is in Cuba, who herself defected from Cuba and knows exactly what's going on. Been on the phone with her family. Now she can't get a hold of them no more. Internet's down. Social media's down. Telephones are down. You know what that means? They're cracking heads tonight. They're shooting people in the streets tonight. They're taking people out of their home. She said some of these black mercenaries that have been brought in from somewhere, they're marching in the streets with the people during the day and then put on the black uniforms and go out and pull these people out of their homes at night. This is 1962 all over again with nobody to help these people. So prayer is the answer. And so I'm asking all of our amazing online church tonight, I'm asking you to pray for our brothers and sisters down there in Cuba. Pray for them. Pray, pray, pray. We've seen the same thing in the 70s. We saw it again in like 1980 to 85, 84. Thank you. And just God bless all of you guys. Pray for Cuba. This is a dangerous time. They need our prayers. The communist regimes are the threat to the world. God bless all of you. Like I said, I'm serious.